Hey guys, welcome back to Perfectly Imperfect and soon to be LauraPravaska.com. I know that's getting old. It's getting old for me saying it. I promise it's in the works, just putting together the funds and the photos and the best web designer for it. But I love the accountability. I love the Facebook messages. I love the texts. I love you saying you did it, you amped it up, you hit Brene, you made it through, and now we haven't heard from you. And that was actually on purpose. I needed to take some time and to really dive into what did I learn, what did I just experience, because truly it is transformational. And not to really exaggerate or hype it up, but it has been probably one of the most transformational weeks I've had, besides going to Africa and really experiencing those things, of deep connection with self and deep connection with others that get it. And connection really comes when two people can understand and be present with each other, and that's really what I experienced. But you also can't meet Brene, and you can't meet these amazing people and sit next to and have now people that I've formed these friendships with that we're continuing, and not be hit with some truth serum, right? It's like you walk in and it's just shots everywhere, and you're experiencing things from a completely different point of view, and you're starting to look at your life and the things that you have clinged and held onto, and really you got to shoot it with some truth. And it was the only way to get through the week, and it's kind of been the new way of me being able to be present with my life now. So, as the title says, vulnerability hangovers, right? Crazy, okay? So for me, I thought I knew vulnerability, right? I've been teaching you guys, I've been teaching in practice over 12 years. I'm vulnerable from a family therapist, I'm a believer, I practice it, I journal, like I can connect with anyone. And what I learned is that is not vulnerability. That is also another mechanism of protecting myself from hurt or pain, and really foreboding joy, foreboding the buildup of learning about someone, foreboding the idea that connection can happen with time. It was a way for me to throw all of my stuff out there and sense that you'll reject me, you'll abandon me, and just play that scheme over and over of scarcity of I'm not enough, I'll never be enough. And that perpetuates throughout our lives and throughout our decision making, and has really affected me personally, but also specifically in the dating world, of really feeling like I needed to one-up them or put that stuff out there instead of the discovery, thinking that's vulnerability. I, of course, had a really early flight, and then I went down there and I sat next to someone on the plane, one eye open, barely there, and she divulges her whole life story and tells me about her problems with her husband, and I come back and I share stuff with me, and we're kind of going back. It's this great, 3-hour flight, and we talk the whole time, and I think, oh gosh, we're connected, it's wonderful, and that was really great. And then the vulnerability hangover starts to happen, right? I'm back at my hotel room, I'm thinking, she's not going to think I'm a great therapist if I just showed her all of my mess, if I told her I had a tough year, if I explained some fallouts that have occurred. What is she thinking? Do I text her and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe this, I'm so sorry I shared this? What do I do in order to back up, right? We call that hustle for approval, right? Please, please, please say I'm okay. And my hustle is typically to go at you more. And when I'm doing that, it's really just, again, another protective of self, of I'm going to hustle to make you love me or want me. And that is kind of a makeup of a vulnerability hangover. And what happens is we share and then we feel awful. And that either stops us from sharing or it makes us do the hustle. So some tips on what we can do, right? Brene has an analogy or a metaphor about a marble jar. The idea is that it's a container, and that people that deserve the right to hear that have built over time marbles. And there's going to be backlash. There's going to be sometimes those dump out. But those are the ones that are also able to hold our containers. They're not scared of our mess. They're not scared of our pain. And they're also not scared of our joy. And when we can sit with people of that, those are people who have earned the right to hear our story. They're the people that have earned those marbles. They're people that we've earned marbles for. And for me and for you, earning those things as a parent, as a lover, as a friend, as a coworker, takes time. And I think that there's some beauty in the discovery process. So as you think about healing, maybe from your own vulnerability hangover, I think it's really important to kind of understand self. Are you someone that once you connect and have this vulnerability hangover, you then isolate and pull away, or are you someone that hustles for that approval again? And both of those things can be things we sit with and try to figure out how we can honor and look at it differently. So, my marble jar friends, let's continue to start earning those marbles. And let's do that in not a sense of earning where we need it, but in a sense of trust, a sense of safe vulnerability and sharing, and in the sense of connection. I hope everyone gets over theirs as I'm getting over mine. Okay, happy week.